It was 4:17 a.m. The phone rang. I paused, and I already knew. My best friend Walter, who was 75 years old and full of life, still walked his dog every morning when he passed away. Peacefully, they said in his sleep. No drama. No pain. But what shocked me the most was that there were no symptoms. No stroke warning signs. No heart attack symptoms. Just, gone. The cause? Uncontrolled high blood pressure. He was taking his pills and avoiding salt. He even ate oatmeal every morning. But nobody told him about potassium deficiency, the silent gap that can wreck your heart health without you ever noticing. See, potassium isn't just a mineral. It's a peacekeeper. It controls the balance of your blood pressure, keeps your arteries calm, and lowers adrenaline spikes. But over 90% of seniors in America don't get enough. And when your sodium-potassium ratio is out of balance, you're walking on a time bomb. Walter didn't need more pills. He needed more potassium-rich foods. But that's the part most doctors never mention. They focus on lowering salt, but not on boosting potassium. Why? Because potassium isn't profitable. Pills are. In this video, I'll show you how to naturally lower high blood pressure, prevent stroke, and support your heart without fear, just by fixing one daily habit. I'll share what I wish Walter had known. And what helped me after my scare. I'm Harold Bennett, a 76-year-old survivor. And I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to help you live longer, stronger, and wiser. Like this video if you love someone over 60. Comment yes if you're ready to take control of your blood pressure. Share if this could help someone like Walter. Stay with me until the end. I'll reveal one change that could add years to your life. Let's begin. Let me take you back to 1993. I was 44, teaching high school biology. One morning after climbing the stairs, my heart pounded like never before. I felt dizzy, grabbed the railing, and sat down. When the school nurse checked my blood pressure, it read 168/110. That number scared me more than I admitted. They called it high blood pressure, but nobody explained why. Doctors gave me pills. I followed a low-salt diet. But the headaches, numbness, and fatigue never went away. One day, a young intern asked, "How much potassium do you eat daily?" I was stunned. Nobody had ever asked me that. He said, "Your issue isn't salt. It's a potassium deficiency." That line changed my life. I had spent years cutting salt and avoiding processed food. But I hadn't increased my potassium intake. I started eating 7 cups of greens a day, added avocados and salmon, and took electrolytes with high potassium. In just 3 weeks, my blood pressure dropped to 122/78. Naturally. No extra pills. The most prescribed blood pressure medications, ACE inhibitors, ARBs, and diuretics, all help the body retain potassium. Think about that. Could the real benefit of these pills be linked to their effect on potassium levels? Potassium isn't just a nutrient. It's a key regulator of your heart health. It relaxes blood vessels, lowers adrenaline, supports the endothelial lining, and restores balance to your sodium-potassium ratio. But most Americans only consume around 1,700 milligrams a day, far below the 4,700 milligrams recommended. When that ratio is off, your heart works harder. Your arteries stiffen. And your risk of stroke climbs. It's not just about avoiding salt, it's about restoring potassium. And no one is telling seniors this. I'm telling you now, because my friend Walter never got the chance to hear it. But you can. If you've ever been prescribed pills without hearing about potassium, like this video. If this story surprises you, comment yes below. And share this with someone who deserves the truth. Stay with me. In the next segment, I'll show you the 7 most powerful potassium-rich foods you can eat daily, no pills, no guesswork, just natural support for your heart and blood pressure. Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you asked your doctor, how much potassium should I be eating? If your answer is, never, don't feel bad. I never did either, not until I almost lost everything. It's strange, isn't it? We've all heard about sodium. About cutting back on salt. About avoiding processed foods. But almost no one tells you about the other half of the equation, your potassium levels. Let me share with you the 7 foods that helped me not only lower my blood pressure, but also gave me back energy, clarity, and peace of mind. First, spinach. I used to ignore it. Now it's on my plate every day. 1 cup of cooked spinach contains over 800 milligrams of potassium, along with magnesium, which works like a natural relaxant for your blood vessels. I sauté it with garlic and olive oil. It's simple, and it works. Second, avocado. This one surprised me. Half an avocado gives you about 500 milligrams of potassium and healthy fats that reduce inflammation in arteries. I spread it on toast or dice it into salads. It keeps me full, and my heart thankful. Third, salmon. This fish does more than taste good. It's rich in potassium and omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce blood pressure, calm the nervous system, and keep the heart strong. I try to eat it twice a week, grilled or baked. Fourth, sweet potatoes. 1 medium sweet potato contains more than 500 milligrams of potassium, plus it's packed with fiber. When I swapped white rice for sweet potatoes, my energy didn't crash after lunch. That small change made a big difference. Fifth, coconut water. I call it nature's electrolyte drink. A single cup provides over 600 milligrams of potassium. It hydrates, replenishes, and is especially great after light exercise or a hot day. I keep a bottle in the fridge, always. Sixth, white beans. 1 cup gives you over 1,000 milligrams of potassium, yes, more than bananas. They're filling, inexpensive, and easy to add to soups or stews. I even mash them into spreads for sandwiches. Seventh, beet greens. Most people throw them away. But 1 cup cooked gives nearly 1,300 milligrams of potassium. That's your whole day's worth right there. I steam or stir-fry them with a touch of lemon and pepper. Delicious and powerful. These aren't rare superfoods. They're regular ingredients sitting in most grocery stores. But they're rarely part of the senior diet. Why? Because no one's told us they matter. And because habits, especially bad ones, are hard to break. But I broke mine. And you can too. Because when you fix your sodium-potassium ratio, everything starts to shift. You sleep better. You think more clearly. Your blood pressure normalizes. And your heart health improves from the inside out. If you've ever eaten any of these foods, comment below which one helped you most. If today's video gave you clarity, hit the like button. And if someone you love could benefit from this, share it with them. Don't wait. Coming up next, I'll reveal 3 daily habits that silently destroy your potassium levels and spike your blood pressure, and how you can reverse the damage starting tonight. Let me start with a question. What if the reason your high blood pressure won't improve is because of 3 daily habits you've never questioned? Habits so normal, so common, they feel harmless. But they're quietly destroying your sodium-potassium ratio, increasing your risk of stroke, and weakening your heart health day by day. The first silent saboteur, skipping breakfast or eating a sugar-loaded one. Most seniors I talk to either skip breakfast or start their day with toast, jam, or cereal. But that quick sugar spike forces your body to release adrenaline and cortisol, both of which constrict blood vessels and raise blood pressure. Worse, high blood sugar leads to potassium loss through urine. And without potassium, your heart can't relax properly. When I replaced my sweet breakfast with one rich in electrolytes, a spinach omelet, half an avocado, a pinch of sea salt, I noticed something. My morning headaches disappeared. My heart rate became steady. It wasn't magic. It was minerals. Second habit, drinking coffee without balance. Now I love coffee. Still do. But drinking it on an empty stomach or having too much caffeine without hydration flushes out potassium fast. It also triggers stress hormones that spike your blood pressure. Instead, I now have coffee after eating. I add a pinch of sea salt and always pair it with water or coconut water to replenish electrolytes lost during the morning. If coffee is part of your routine, don't quit, balance it. Your heart will thank you. Third habit, processed foods. Even the healthy ones. Low-fat yogurt, canned soups, even whole grain bread, many are loaded with sodium but contain almost zero potassium. You may think you're eating healthy. But without realizing it, you're feeding a dangerous imbalance. A meal with 1,200 milligrams of sodium and just 200 milligrams of potassium trains your body to retain water, strain arteries, and trigger hypertension. When I started reading labels, and cooking simple meals at home, my blood pressure readings changed more in 1 month than in the last 2 years of medication. Most people don't fail because of a lack of knowledge, they fail because of their environment. Your kitchen. Your habits. Your routines. That's why I created a printable checklist, daily steps to rebuild your potassium levels, restore electrolyte balance, and reclaim control of your blood pressure, naturally. If this segment made you rethink your habits, comment yes. If one of these mistakes sounds like you, don't feel ashamed, I've made all 3. Like this video if you're ready to break the cycle. Share it to save someone else's heart. And stick around, because next, I'll give you the daily routine I use to protect my heart every morning. Have you ever wake up and feel like your heart is already racing, before your feet even hit the floor? That used to be me. For years. I'd open my eyes and already feel tense. My blood pressure would spike every morning, and I didn't know why. Until I built a morning routine, not just for my body, but for my heart health, my mood, and my potassium balance. Let me walk you through what I do, every single day, that helped me bring my high blood pressure back to normal, and made me feel 20 years younger. First, I start with deep breathing, right in bed. Just 3 minutes of slow, nose in, mouth out breathing. This lowers cortisol, stabilizes the nervous system, and resets my sodium-potassium ratio after a night of stress. Then, I drink a large glass of water with a pinch of sea salt and lemon. This rehydrates me, replaces lost electrolytes, and gives my heart a gentle nudge instead of a caffeine jolt. After that, I stretch, nothing fancy. I open the window, get sunlight on my face, and do 5 minutes of slow movement, shoulder rolls, light squats, arm circles. This activates circulation and tells my body, it's a new day, and I'm in charge. Then comes breakfast, a powerhouse combo, 2 eggs with sautéed spinach, half an avocado, and a piece of sweet potato or rye toast. This meal alone gives me over 1,200 milligrams of potassium, some magnesium, and a sugar spike. I enjoy it slowly, sometimes with soft music, sometimes with the news. But I stay away from screens and stress during the first 30 minutes of my day. Because what you let into your mind first thing, shapes your whole rhythm. This routine didn't come from a doctor. It came from trial, error, and listening to my own body. When I started doing this daily, I stopped depending on pills to manage my hypertension. My doctor was shocked at the progress. More than anything, I felt empowered again. And here's a little trick I use. I track my blood pressure every morning after breakfast. Not obsessively, just once a day, in peace. I write it down. If it's a good reading, I thank myself. If not, I adjust. That feedback loop changed everything. If this routine inspired you, comment yes and tell me what part you'll try tomorrow. Like this video if it gave you clarity. And don't keep it to yourself, someone out there needs a routine like this. Share it. Coming up next, I'll reveal 5 myths about heart attacks and stroke symptoms most seniors believe, and why they're dangerous. Let me ask you something, would you recognize a stroke or heart attack if it were happening to you right now? Most people wouldn't. And that's what makes it so dangerous. See, it's not just the illness that kills, it's the delay. The misunderstanding. The moment when you say, "I'm sure it's nothing." Today, I want to share 5 common myths about stroke warning signs and heart attack symptoms that I believed for years. These mistakes nearly cost me my life. Myth number 1, heart attacks always come with chest pain. Truth. Nearly 30% of heart attacks present with no chest pain at all, especially in seniors and women. My attack felt like indigestion and fatigue. I thought I just needed to lie down. That delay almost killed me. Myth number 2, strokes are always dramatic, slurred speech, collapsed face, lost balance. Reality. Some stroke symptoms are subtle. A drooping eyelid. A sudden headache. Tingling in the hand. Many strokes begin quietly, like a whisper. That's why I always say, if something feels off, don't wait, check. Myth number 3, if you're active and eat healthy, you're not at risk. I used to walk daily and avoid junk food. But I ignored my blood pressure and skipped potassium-rich foods. I didn't know I had hypertension until it showed up in an emergency room. You can look healthy on the outside and still be in danger inside. Myth number 4, only men have heart attacks. Not true. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in women over 60. And many of them experience silent heart attacks, no pain, just fatigue, nausea, or dizziness. If your mom or wife says she feels strange, don't brush it off. Myth number 5, if symptoms pass, you're fine. This is the deadliest lie. A mini stroke, also known as a TIA, can last minutes, then vanish. But it's a major warning. A red flag. Half of those who have a TIA will experience a full stroke within a year. I repeat, within a year. Most of these myths survive because they feel comfortable. We want to believe that real danger comes with sirens and flashing lights. But in truth, heart attacks and strokes often knock quietly. So what can you do? Write down these 5 myths. Talk to your family. Keep a list of symptoms near your fridge. Set reminders to monitor your blood pressure regularly. And if this segment opened your eyes, comment "aware" below. Hit like if you learned something new. Share this video with someone over 60, it could save a life. Stick with me, because next, I'll give you the one thing I wish every senior knew before their first stroke or heart scare. Let me ask you something, what if everything you thought you knew about heart attacks and strokes was wrong? I used to believe that chest pain was the primary sign of a heart attack. But then I learned that many heart attack signs are silent or subtle, especially in seniors and women. I thought strokes always came with dramatic symptoms like slurred speech or facial drooping. But some stroke symptoms are so mild they're easy to miss. The truth is, these conditions often present differently in older adults. For example, unusual fatigue, shortness of breath, or even indigestion can be warning signs. So, what's the one thing every senior must know? Awareness and prompt action save lives. Recognizing atypical symptoms and seeking immediate medical attention can make the difference between recovery and tragedy. If this information opened your eyes, comment "aware" below. Like this video to help others learn these critical signs. Share it with someone you care about. Stay tuned. Next, we'll discuss practical steps to maintain electrolyte balance and support your heart health. Let me ask you something, what if the key to a healthier heart isn't just about medications or exercise, but about maintaining the right balance of electrolytes in your body? I used to think that staying hydrated meant just drinking plenty of water. But then I learned that overhydration without replenishing electrolytes can dilute essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, leading to imbalances that affect heart health. So, what practical steps can you take to maintain electrolyte balance and support your heart health? 1. Eat your electrolytes. Incorporate electrolyte-rich foods into your daily diet. Foods like bananas, oranges, spinach, sweet potatoes, avocados, and yogurt are excellent sources of potassium and magnesium. 2. Monitor your sodium intake. While sodium is essential, excessive intake can raise blood pressure. Aim for a balanced intake by avoiding processed foods and choosing natural sources like celery, olives, and nuts. 3. Stay hydrated wisely. Drink water throughout the day, but be cautious not to overdo it. Overhydration can lead to electrolyte dilution. Consider beverages like coconut water or oral rehydration solutions during intense physical activity or illness. 4. Be mindful of medications. Some medications, like diuretics, can affect electrolyte levels. Consult your healthcare provider to monitor and adjust your intake accordingly. 5. Regular check UPS. Regular blood tests can help monitor your electrolyte levels and ensure they are within the optimal range, supporting overall heart health. If this information was helpful, comment "balanced" below. Like this video to support our channel, and share it with someone who could benefit from these tips. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll discuss how to recognize early stroke symptoms and take immediate action. After everything we've talked about, potassium, blood pressure, stroke prevention, there's one last secret most seniors never hear. It's not found in any pill or doctor's prescription. Your heart speaks in whispers, not shouts. Fatigue that won't go away, slight dizziness, or an unusual breathlessness are red flags. I ignored these signs once, and nearly paid the ultimate price. But the moment I learned to listen, everything began to change. That awareness saved my life. Big changes don't come from giant leaps, but from tiny steps. I began by adding more potassium-rich foods, spinach, sweet potatoes, and avocados. I replaced processed snacks with natural ones. Each morning, I checked my blood pressure, not to obsess, but to empower myself. This gradual journey rebuilt my heart strength. Stress is the silent enemy of the heart. When I learned to breathe deeply, let go of worries, and focus on joy, my blood pressure stabilized like never before. A healthy heart thrives on peace as much as good nutrition. If you're ready to take control of your heart health, type "strong heart" in the comments. Like this video if you care about your loved one's health, and share it to spread this life-saving message. Together, we can protect our hearts and live longer. Your heart is the engine of your life. Treat it with kindness, listen closely, and give it what it needs every day: potassium-rich foods, stress relief, and mindful care. This is the ultimate gift you can give yourself. Start now. Your heart will thank you. Stay tuned for our next series, where we uncover the early silent signs of heart trouble that most seniors miss. This knowledge could save your life, or someone you love.